Have you ever felt exhausted trying to control everything around you? People's opinions, their actions, even their feelings? What if the real secret to peace and happiness wasn't about doing more, but about letting go? In her powerful book, The Let Them Theory, Mel Robbins introduces a life-changing rule. Instead of chasing, forcing, or stressing over others, simply say to yourself, let them. Let them act the way they choose. Let them make their own decisions. Let them reveal who they truly are. This simple shift unlocks freedom, confidence, and balance in every part of life. Through inspiring stories, practical insights, and eye-opening lessons, Mel shows how this rule can reduce stress, strengthen relationships, and bring you closer to the life you've always wanted. Each chapter opens a new door, taking you step by step toward inner peace and personal power. Chapter 1. The Let Them Rule. So often in life, we find ourselves trying to push people to act the way we want. We wish our friends would care more, our partners would change certain habits, or our co-workers would be more cooperative. But the harder we try to control others, the more frustrated and drained we become. Mel Robbins offers a powerful yet simple alternative. Just let them. When you let people act as they wish, you give yourself a priceless gift: clarity. Actions always speak louder than words. If someone truly values you, they will show it on their own. And if they don't, their absence will reveal the truth without the need for endless conversations or conflicts. You no longer need to chase, convince, or argue. You simply observe, and the reality becomes obvious. Mel shares a relatable example. Imagine you're always the one reaching out to a friend, initiating every call or meetup. Then you stop for a while, giving them the space to take the lead. If they never make an effort, it's a clear sign the relationship was one-sided. The let them rule exposes the truth quietly, putting the choice back in your hands. Continue investing your energy or free yourself. The real strength of this rule lies in its simplicity. You're not punishing anyone, nor are you pretending not to care. You're simply allowing people to reveal who they are through their behavior. That creates a natural balance in your relationships. Those who truly belong in your life will come closer, and those who don't will naturally fade away. Either way, you win because you've protected your peace, saved your energy, and chosen authenticity over illusion. Chapter 2. Free yourself from expectations. How many times have you felt disappointed because someone didn't act the way you expected? Maybe you thought a friend would remember your birthday or hoped your partner would support an important decision, but they didn't. Mel Robbins explains that most disappointments don't come from what others do. They come from the expectations we create in our own minds. Unspoken expectations are a silent trap. When you assume people will behave a certain way, you build a picture in your head. But when reality doesn't match that picture, frustration and pain follow. The solution is to let go of those expectations and simply watch what people actually do. By observing instead of assuming, you protect yourself from repeated letdowns. Mel gives a simple example. A woman expected her husband to help more around the house, but she never clearly asked him. When he didn't help, she felt hurt and ignored. By letting go of expectations, she had two choices. Either clearly communicate her needs or accept the reality of his actions. In both cases, the pressure and silent resentment disappeared. Freeing yourself from expectations gives you real power. Nobody can disappoint you when you no longer build invisible demands in your mind. You see people as they are, not as you wish them to be. And with that clarity, you can decide who deserves a place in your life and who doesn't. The result is more peace, healthier relationships, and the freedom to focus your energy where it truly matters. Chapter 3. Balance in relationships. Relationships often become complicated when the effort is not equally shared. Sometimes one person gives more time, attention, and care, while the other takes without giving much back. This imbalance slowly drains energy and leaves one side feeling unappreciated. Mel Robbins reminds us that healthy connections are built on balance. When both sides invest, relationships feel natural and fulfilling. When you allow people to act freely without pushing or forcing, the truth about your relationships becomes clear. If someone truly cares, they will show up, reach out, and contribute to the connection. If they don't, their silence or lack of effort speaks louder than words. Observing this reality helps you see which relationships are worth keeping and which ones are weighing you down. Mel shares a practical example about friendships. Imagine you are always the one making the plans, sending the messages and checking in. But when you stop initiating, the other person never reaches out. That silence reveals the imbalance. The friendship was being carried only by you. By stepping back, you see the truth without needing an argument or confrontation. Balance is not about keeping score, it's about natural flow. When two people care, their actions naturally complement each other. One may give more in certain moments, but overall, the effort feels shared. When this balance exists, the relationship feels light, supportive, and joyful. When it doesn't, it becomes heavy, frustrating, and draining. The lesson is simple. Stop forcing balance where it doesn't exist. By letting people reveal their level of commitment through their actions, you protect your emotional energy. Those who value you will naturally stay close, and those who don't will drift away. Either way, you gain clarity and peace because you are no longer stuck trying to carry relationships that were never meant to last. Chapter 4. Inner Freedom and Peace of Mind. One of the greatest sources of stress in life is the constant need to control everything around us. We try to shape how friends act, how partners respond, and even how people think about us. This endless effort doesn't bring happiness. It brings tension, frustration, and mental exhaustion. Mel Robbins explains that true peace begins when we let go of control and allow others to be themselves. When you stop trying to manage every outcome, something amazing happens. Your anxiety decreases. Instead of lying awake at night wondering, why didn't they call? Or why didn't they respond the way I wanted? You simply tell yourself, that's their choice, and I still have mine. This simple shift in perspective opens the door to calmness and clarity. Mel illustrates this with the story of a mother constantly stressed about her teenage son. She tried to guide him at every step, correcting and controlling his choices. But it only left her angry and him resistant. When she decided to apply the let them rule, she gave him space to make some decisions on his own. The result was surprising. Her son started taking responsibility, and her stress levels dropped dramatically. Inner freedom does not mean you stop caring about others. It means you stop trying to carry the weight of their decisions. You focus instead on your own reactions, which are the only things you can truly control. This perspective gives you strength because you no longer feel powerless when others don't act the way you hoped. The reward of letting go is peace of mind. You regain your energy, your focus, and your joy in the present moment. By accepting that you cannot control people, but can always control yourself, you create a life with less pressure and more balance. This freedom is not just emotional. It is a daily practice that transforms how you experience everything around you. Hanir Chapter 5. The Power of Focusing on Yourself. So much of our energy is wasted watching others, what they say, how they act, and whether they treat us the way we want. This constant attention to the outside world leaves us drained and distracted. Mel Robbins reminds us that the real transformation begins when we stop looking outward and start turning inward. The greatest power we have is to focus on ourselves. When you release the urge to monitor or fix others, you create space to invest in your own growth. Instead of asking, "Why aren't they supporting me?" you begin asking, "What can I do right now to support myself?" This shift makes you more proactive, independent, and capable. You no longer wait for someone else to open doors. You start opening them for yourself. Mel shares a simple example. Someone starting a new project kept waiting for encouragement from friends. When the support didn't come, they felt discouraged. But when they redirected their focus, researching, planning, and taking small steps forward, they discovered a new sense of confidence. The progress they made didn't come from others. It came from their own effort. Focusing on yourself doesn't mean being selfish. It means recognizing that the best way to serve others is to first build your own strength. When you improve your skills, protect your energy, and nurture your well-being, you naturally become a better partner, friend, or parent. Your growth benefits not only you, but everyone around you. The real gift of self-focus is empowerment. You stop waiting for people to change or situations to improve, and you start shaping your own life. This mindset frees you from disappointment and puts you back in control of your journey. In the end, the most valuable investment you can ever make is in yourself. Because when you rise, everything in your life rises with you. In the end, the let them theory teaches us that life becomes lighter and more meaningful when we stop trying to control others and instead focus on the one thing we truly can change, ourselves. The moment you allow people to be who they are, you set yourself free. With every let them, you create more peace, more balance, and more personal power. This book is not just a theory, it's an invitation to live differently, to embrace freedom, and to build stronger, more authentic connections. Each lesson is a reminder that letting go is not weakness, but the greatest strength you can have. And remember, this journey doesn't stop here. If you want to keep exploring powerful ideas and life-changing books that give you practical tools for growth, make sure to follow our channel. Together, we'll keep learning, keep growing, and keep making the effort to create a better life, one book at a time.